everybody.
Good morning, Judge.
Judge.
Good morning.
For the delay.
Morning. Morning, Judge.
Good morning.
Morning, Judge. Rodolfo and Aras.
Good morning, everybody. I don't know if you guys can see the screen that I shared because you guys were in the waiting room. So does it still show share screen or no?
It does.
Okay,
the share screen is lit up green, Judge.
That
The share screen is lit up green.
really? Okay.
At
I'm
least
just
on,
glad it worked because I came in here and furiously typed it because I had 3 juveniles that I had to address at 8:30 and they all wanted to talk. So it just took a little longer than I thought it would. But you know, it's only 10 after 9. So I wanted to start this morning with people who only have a couple of cases. Is there anybody that just has 1 or 2 cases that we want to address?
I have one.
You have one. Let's start with Mr. Frank. Mr. Frank?
Oh, must be because I got this nice coat on. All right.
It might be.
Joseph, doing well.
And let me just say for the clerk's information that Mr. Frank, his client's name is Joseph Calabro. Where's my clerk? Let me just make sure I've got a clerk. There she is, Amanda, there she is. And this is case number 25635. Yes, sir, Mr. Frank.
All right. This trooper seems to show up all the time and writes a nice ticket. So I'd like to see if we can resolve it. Doesn't look like this person's ever had a ticket in a long time.
I agree. With this individual, he's got a clean driving record. It would be a $175 fine plus court costs, and the court would withhold adjudication of guilt on that one.
All right. Can you give him 90 days?
Yes, sir.
All right. That's it. Taking my jacket off now.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Mr. Hausman.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good
I
morning.
have the matter of David Harris with a P.
Yes.
like Pop-
Mr. Paris.
Yes. He doesn't have such a wonderful driving record.
No.
Might I ask what we could resolve it for today if we did a change of plea?
I would adjudicate him on this and would assess the points. I mean,
All
his
right.
driving record is terrible.
We'll go ahead and set it then.
So let's set it for hearing. Okay, let's set it on a 1:30 docket. Amanda, what would that be?
We can do February 10th.
February 10th?
Is that as of this point as a Zoom conference?
Yes, ma'am. Or yes, sir. I'm sorry. Give me 1 second. I want to try and see why I'm getting feedback. Oh, no. Maybe because we have so many of you on. Okay. Yes, that will still be by Zoom. I think probably the next several months we'll be doing Zoom.
February 10th, 1:30.
February 10th at 1:30. Yes, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor. Take care. Be well.
You too. Happy New Year. Thank you.
Your Honor, I have one.
And who is that, please? Mr. Tyler?
Derek Tyler, covering for Jeffrey McLaughlin, and the case number is 20 TR 026012. This is Carmine Marinelli.
Oh, there we go. All right. Let me find Mr. McLaughlin. Yes. On Mr. Marinelli, this gentleman also has a clean driving record, so the offer to resolve it would be a $175 fine plus court costs, and the court would withhold the points.
And we will change our plea and accept the court's offer.
All right. Sounds good. Does he need any time to pay?
Could we have 90 days, Your Honor?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Having a very nice day.
Judge, I just have one matter.
Yes, sir. Mr. Calderon, yes?
Yes, Judge, I have Ferdy Dazil. It's DZELIL. It's a 2020 TR 24843.
Yes, I did look up Mr. DeZiel's driving record, and it appears to be suspended. Is he going to be able to reinstate his driver's license? Do you know?
Yeah, Judge, we've been working on that. It was, in our view, it was erroneously suspended because if you look on his traffic transcript, he received 2 speeding citations in the state of Illinois, but somehow either Florida doubled it or Illinois doubled it. And he actually got his license suspended for 30 days, but we don't believe it was correctly done. So both states appear to be pointing fingers at each other as to why that occurred. But the traffic transcript in Florida is showing 4 speeding tickets from Illinois, but in reality it was just 2. And either Florida's making a mistake or Illinois is making a mistake. So we're trying to get to the bottom of that to get his license reinstated.
Happy to continue it, maybe 2 cycles to see if we can get more information on that. Maybe 60 days.
Or would the court be willing to give him a withhold on the unknowingly driving while license suspended?
I can do that. I mean, if he got his license reinstated, at least for me, and it was all fixed, I would probably dismiss it. But if he just
Okay. No, I mean, we could set it out 60 days and see if we get this thing resolved.
Sure. Amanda, what could we do in this case, setting it out like maybe into like February, March?
We have March 3rd.
That'll work.
Okay, perfect. We'll set it for March 3rd on another
Oh, you know what?
cleared up. Resolve it.
Could we possibly do February 16th?
Calderon, was February 16th work for you, sir?
Just checking my calendar. Yeah, that's fine, Judge.
Okay, February 16th then at 9 a.m.
Great. Thank you so much. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you. Thank you.
Judge, I have one Martin Hoff on behalf of Katya Quijada. That case number is 2020 TR 025853.
Yes, and sir, I did review this one. If she wanted to resolve her case this morning, it would be a $175 fine plus court costs, and the court would withhold the points based on her driving record.
And yes, Judge, I would like to bring to the court's attention that we're just going to move to dismiss this ticket on its face due to the fact that later certification was expired for over 3 weeks, or almost 3 weeks from the day of the ticket was issued.
All right, let me take a look at that. And so the ticket was November 2nd. I don't see the certification from the officer.
Yes, Judge. On the ticket, it indicates that she was given the ticket on October 31st, and then lower down on the ticket, it indicates that the Laser Atlanta 26179, the certification expired on August 14th, 2020.
All right, I'm not going to dismiss it based on that because it could be a typo. So what I would like to do is set this one for a hearing so that the officer can provide the documents to show whether in fact that is correct. Because if it is expired, the court will dismiss the ticket.
Understood, Judge.
It is possible, particularly based on it being 2020 now, that it could have been a typo. So I'm going to set it. Let's put this one on a 1:30.
What is the date you're going to set that for? Today, Judge?
No, it wouldn't be today.
Okay.
We could do February 24th.
February 24th at 1:30.
I'm checking my calendar just to make sure I have no conflict at that date, Judge. Give me 1 second. February 20th.
24th.
24th, that should be fine, Judge.
Okay, February 24th at 1:30.
All right, Judge. Thank you for your time, Your Honor. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you. You too. All right, Mr. Brown, I saw that you were on. You have one case this morning.
I do. Good morning, Your Honor. How are you?
Good. How are you today?
I'm not bad. I got a partner out of town, so I'm zooming all over the place, but it's easier than driving from courthouse to courthouse.
Probably true. Yeah, we Zoom without driving these days. So you are here on Domingo. I hope I'm saying his name right. 20 TR 2334.
That is the client, and I think your effort was as good as mine on the last name, Judge. Your client is apologetic. He didn't realize it was a school zone. That, ignorance to law is no excuse, but he'd like to 40 is normally the speed limit on that road, but of course it was a flashing school zone at that time. We don't debate that. The fine is $453. If he doesn't have I don't have his driving record available. If he doesn't have a significant driving record, I'd ask the court to consider a withhold on this one.
Ask the court to do what? I'm sorry?
To consider a withhold on this one.
No. Yeah, based on his driving record, the court would do a withhold. But I think I'd like him to do the 4-hour school based on his age.
All right.
So a 4-hour school, and the court will withhold on this one, and it will be the enhanced penalty, which would be, make sure it's 20. It would be $350 plus court costs.
Can I ask for 90 days to pay?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor. As you said, young. So let's see here. All right, that's all I have. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you, Mr. Brown. Okay, who else has maybe 1 or 2 cases this morning? Anybody?
Good morning, Your Honor. I have one.
Okay, what's your name?
My name is Jessica Samara. The defendant is Renee Badia for attorney Michael Samara, Badia.
Yes, is it 20 TR 28242? And in this one, if this individual wanted to resolve this case, it would be a $175 fine plus court costs, and the court would withhold the points based on the driving record.
Yes, Judge, that's acceptable. Thank you.
Is it a gentleman or a lady? Renee, you never know if it's he or she.
Renee is a gentleman.
Does he need additional time to pay?
If he could have 90 days, Judge, that'd be great.
Yes, he can. 90 days to pay.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too. Thank you. Mr. Linares, do you have just 1 or 2 cases this morning?
Your Honor, actually, I'm not here on a case of my own. I'm here representing the victim of an auto accident. We represent her in a personal injury case.
Oh, okay. And who is that? So I can find out if the attorney's online yet.
Well, the defendant is Marvin Jareth Savas Oliva, case number 20 TR 025848. The defendant's attorney is Les LaRoche.
LaRoche.
Now, I checked this morning. It doesn't look like the ticket was paid, so I assume that they're still either contesting or wanted a hearing, Judge.
Okay, and is Attorney LaRoche in the room? Or someone on his behalf? It does not sound like it. So.
We'll continue to wait, Judge, until he shows up.
Okay. Well, it won't be a hearing this morning, Mr. Linares.
Right.
We're probably going to move it to a 1:30, but if you want to wait just in order for us to set it, that would be fine.
Just so Your Honor knows what we're looking for, Judge. He was cited, among other charges, for not having insurance. Mm-hmm. And the only, Geico's investigated. Nobody can find insurance for this gentleman at the time of the loss. Okay. We want to see what we can find out in this proceeding regarding what insurance he had at the time of the loss.
So hopefully the attorney will chime in this morning and we'll find out. But so just wait and hold, and we'll address it as soon as he gets here. Ms. Fish, I see that you have 2 cases.
Yes, Your Honor. Attorney Monica Fish. I do have 2. One of my clients is here. The first one I would like to set for a hearing, and that's Tomas Nagy. Nagy is the last name, and it's 2020 TR 027725.
Okay, so Mr. Nagy will be set for a hearing.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
And what can we give them?
February 24th again on that one?
February 24th at 1:30.
That's fine. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you. And then your other one is Lowell Momberg, 20 TR 27168, seatbelt violation.
Yes, Your Honor. And our client is here. This is a violation. I think he has an excellent driving record. He hasn't had a ticket for 16 years. And I'm asking for a judicial dismissal. And he's here to speak. He was on Country Barn Road. It ended up that he just didn't have it over his shoulder. Actually waved to the officer because they were stopped at the same light. And what happened is an officer, I guess, saw it and stopped him and then gave him the ticket.
Well, when you wave to the officer, usually you get attention.
Yes.
All right, Mr. Momberg, you there?
Yes, I am.
You understand that you have to wear your seatbelt not only over your lap, but over your shoulder when you're driving?
Absolutely. I have done nothing but over my shoulder since this incident took place.
All right, well, the court will accept that. We'll issue a judicial warning and dismiss the citation. Good luck to you.
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. I appreciate it.
No problem. Thank you, Ms. Fish.
Adiós a un policía y el seatbelt lo trae aganchado para acá y le dio tiquete y ahorita se lo quitaron el tiquete porque le dijo
Okay,
adiós.
whoever's talking needs to mute their microphone.
Have a good day. Thank you.
Thank you.
Is the lip?
Okay, anybody else have just a couple of cases this morning that wants to go next?
Judge Lee Carney here. I have two cases, or two defendants, three cases. The first, Wilfredo Avila Perez.
Yes.
Two citations there. Okay. One is a speed, and the other is a proof of insurance. Okay. Speed is 89 to 60. I note he's had a license for over 10 years, and last violation of some kind of stop sign last year, or 2018 actually.
Yes, I noticed that, Mr. Carney. On the speed violation, the court would do a $175 fine plus court costs and would withhold the points based on his driving record.
All right, Judge, the insurance issue, this was not his vehicle. He's not been able to get the insurance for this vehicle. However, he did provide me that he does have insurance for his own vehicle. It's not on record, but I don't know. He's got insurance, but not for this car. It's not his car, and he couldn't obtain it.
Okay. Well, he just really needs to show when he gets pulled over that he has insurance, right? Even if he's driving someone else's car. So can we get him to file the proof of insurance, or could you file the proof of insurance?
No, I have not, but I will for this video. If you want to reset it for another pre-trial.
Yes, let's do that. Let's reset it for another pre-trial.
Could do February 2nd.
February 2nd at 9
a.m. All right, thank you, Judge. Madam Clerk. Judge, the second case I have is Emerson, last name Sanchez Cell.
Yes, 20 TR 22255. It looks like this was a charge of improper lane change and with a crash, so I need to set that for a hearing.
All right, Judge. Well, I think the trooper that wrote the citation may be in attendance also.
Okay, is the trooper that wrote the citation for Mr. Sanchez?
Yes.
Yes.
Good morning, Your Honor. I'm here.
Good morning. And
I also so I was just gonna say I requested some witnesses to be here. I believe one of them is here as well.
Okay.
Araceli Cortez, if I'm not mistaken.
This is normally a 9 a.m. plea docket, not a hearing docket. But if Mr. Carney, if you want to have a hearing on it this morning, we could do that.
No, we'll set this. You know, Judge, I don't know. It's got SBI indicated on the citation, so I don't know if it's going to be an in-person hearing or how that's going to be addressed. We're
presently directed that all traffic hearings have to be by Zoom. I believe that it's likely that will happen for at least several more months, if not many more months. So even the hearings where we have witnesses will still have to go over Zoom, at least for the near future. So we could reset this for a 1:30 in February, but I expect that those hearings will still be Zoom hearings versus in-person hearings. Okay, so is that what we want to do? And then we'll be able to subpoena any and all witnesses for that 1:30 hearing. And an officer and the witness who's in the room for this citation, I apologize. This particular docket, the 9 a.m. docket, should not be a hearing docket. It's a plea docket. And then if it's not going to be a plea, you know, which we are not allowed to do in a crash, we have to set it for a hearing and then notice the witnesses. So I apologize that you took time out of your morning to be here this morning. But that's what I'm told to do, is to set it on a 1:30. So, and I don't know who else is here in the room that is also here on this case, on the Sanchez Cell case. Anybody? I see you, Trooper Diaz. Who's the other witness that you believe is in the room?
I only see one. I only see Araceli. I believe that's the only one that showed up. I've had quite a tough time getting a hold of there were 16 people involved, but she's the only one that I see present.
Is it the one that says Lauren's phone?
Yes, this is her.
Okay. So
okay.
We are setting this for an actual hearing date, which will be what date, Amanda?
February 24th.
February 24th at 1:30, because this docket is supposed to simply be a plea docket. We have to continue cases that are actually going to go to a hearing to a 1:30 docket. So it's going to go in February, the 24th at 1:30, and then you'll Zoom back in for that, and then we'll take some testimony, okay?
All right, Judge.
Thank you, Your Honor.
February 24th, 1:30. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, everybody.
That is what I have this morning.
Good morning, Judge. Attorney Gordon Kobler. I have 2 cases, if that's possible.
Yes, I see that the first one that you have is 20 TR 27415, which is William Colburn.
Yes, Judge. No contest plea, respectfully requesting a withhold.
All right, let me just, which one is that, Mr. Colburn? I just want to make sure one thing on that. Yes. Yes. On that one, based on the clean driving record, the court would withhold adjudication of guilt. It will be a $60 fine plus court costs.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. The next one that you also have is Lynn Corus, 20 TR 26449. And in that case, also a clean driving record. So with that one, it would be a $175 fine plus court costs, and the court would also withhold on that one.
Thank you, Judge. May be excused.
Yes, you may. Thank you.
Have a great day.
You too. All right. Let me just look real quick here. Why don't I address Mr. Pierre, who's present? Mr. Pierre?
Well, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir, it appears that you are not represented. Your case is 20 TR 24438.
Yes.
And sir, you have a pretty significant driving record. If you were to resolve your case today, the court would adjudicate you and would not withhold the points. So do you want to accept that, or would you like me to set you for a hearing?
I mean, I'll take the points. Will my license be suspended with those points added?
Let me look. Oh, wait a minute, I'm in the wrong one, sorry. Hold on one second. Go all the way down to yours. Why isn't he showing up? Hold on, sir, for whatever reason, I'm not finding your case. There you are. I don't think so, because you had a ticket February of 2019 and then one June of 2020. So it would be, this would be your second within a year, and it would not be 12 points.
Okay, then yeah, so I'll just have to pay the ticket and that's it. And then I assume the court fees too?
Yes, sir. It'd be a $300 fine plus court costs, and it would be an adjudication.
And what does the adjudication mean?
That means that the points will be assessed.
Okay, then yeah. And how long will I have to pay these?
I can give you 90 days to pay.
Oh, yeah, that'll be fine.
Okay. Sir, at 23 years old, your driving record shouldn't look like this. So you need to slow down or do something different, because, you know, you could end up in losing your driver's license and losing it for a long time. You're too young to lose your license. So you got to slow down. All right.
I agree with you 100%. I will.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Let's see here. Who do we have next? Mr. Is it Hockman?
Yes, Your Honor.
You only have two.
Yes, I just have two.
Let's take your two cases. The first one that you have is Brian Girola, and it's 20 TR 26316.
Yes,
This
a clean record.
He has a clean record, so what the court would do for him would be $175 plus court costs, and it would be a withhold adjudication of guilt.
We'd like to accept that, request 90 days to pay.
Granted. The next one that you have is Lourdes Maria Saravia, 20 TR 272.
Hired me for two tickets. One she had in Dade County and one in Collier. They were very close in time. I represented her in both. We got a withhold court cost on her second speeding ticket, the one in Dade, and this Collier one is actually her first ticket in time order. We were requesting, if possible, a withhold adjudication, perhaps maybe traffic school. She's a fairly young driver.
Okay, the court will withhold adjudication if she does traffic school. It'd be $175 fine 4-hour school.
We'd like to accept that, and also 90 days on that one if possible.
90 days to pay.
Thank you. That's it. Just those two.
Thank you.
Have a great morning.
Oh, you too. All right. Okay, let's see what else we have on here. Mr. Levy, you have one case.
Good morning, Your Honor. William Levy on behalf of Joseph Jurek. This is case 20 TR 26683.
Yes, sir.
Judge, I'm going to be making a motion to dismiss the citation based on a lack of jurisdiction. Your Honor, my client was cited for violating section 316.1926, subsection 2 Florida statutes, which explains that the violator shall be punished in section 318. Looking at section 318.14, paragraph 2, it explains very clearly that the individual cited that requires a mandatory hearing must sign and accept the citation, indicating a promise to appear, and the civil penalty must be indicated on the citation. Because the officer who issued the citation did not obtain a signature and did not indicate the civil citation, Your Honor, it's the defense position that the citation, which is also the charging document, as Your Honor knows, is insufficient, and therefore there is a lack of jurisdiction, and we're moving to dismiss at this time.
Okay, the court disagrees. I'm looking at the citation that your client clearly signed, and after 50 miles over the speed limit.
Judge, I'm sorry to interrupt, but where is I'm looking at the citation that's been.
It was filed November 11th, 2020, and I'm looking at a signature. It's page 2 of 2.
Are you referring to the X? Oh, I see on the under. Okay, I see what you're saying, Your Honor. Okay. Yeah. Well, what is the court's? Okay. What is the court's position on a resolution this morning?
The court's position is based on this driving record that this case needs to be set for a hearing.
Okay, that's fine.
All right, so let's set it for a hearing. I'd like to hear from the officer on this one.
Sure.
Based on the speed, it's just shocking. So when we start to get to 50 over, I like to hear from the officer. It assists the court a little more in trying to determine a resolution. So let's set this on a 1:30.
That's fine, Your Honor. What day would that be?
I'm gonna ask Amanda.
February 24th.
February 24th at 1:30.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you. All right, let's see here. We've got Mr. Grossman, you only have 2 cases?
Good morning. I have Robinson and Florestal.
Okay, let's start with Robinson. I looked up Mr. Robinson's driver's license yesterday, 20 TR 26109. The driver's license is valid, so the court will dismiss the citation.
Thank you.
And then the other one is John Florestal, 20 TR 25898.
Judge, we'd have a motion to dismiss on this. It appears to be a speeding ticket. It's listed as a violation of a traffic control device, but there's no method, there's no determination of speed anywhere on the ticket.
Well, actually, if I look at the citation, it says speeding 77 in a 60 mile per hour zone. And they cited him with failure to obey the traffic control device, which is a $60 fine versus a $175 fine.
Right, but there's no determination of speed anywhere listed on. I don't know what they did or how they did it to determine it, and I have no way of actually defending against the ticket.
Okay, so the motion to dismiss is denied. We will set this for a hearing. Sir, you can certainly ask for discovery from the officer, and we can go forward with a hearing on this one. And in all honesty, I wouldn't do a withhold on this one anyway, based on this individual's driving record.
They haven't had a speeding since 2016.
Did I look at the wrong person? That's happened before.
They had a stop, stand, park ticket in 19, but nothing since 16 prior to that.
All right. Okay, let's see here. Okay, so we've got 16 unlawful speed in a work/school zone, 16 unlawful speed, another 16 DWLSR, 17 red light camera, 19 improper stop. That's what I'm seeing. So I'm not willing to withhold on this. I think we need to set this one for a hearing.
We'll set it.
Okay. 1:30 when, Amanda?
February 24th.
February 24th.
And that will be a trial?
Yes, sir.
And there is no mechanism for us to do discovery in a traffic case. This is the responsibility of the officers to post his documents.
And that's certainly something that you could bring up at the hearing, whether it's before me or another judge, I don't know. But what has been happening, at least here in Collier, is that the officers have been filing their documents most of the time prior to the hearing. And then when they don't, or there's insufficient information, the judge, of course, takes that into consideration.
You cut out, Judge, I'm sorry. What does the judge do if they don't properly provide their documentation?
Of course, take that into consideration as to whether the documents are sufficient or whether they're not. And if there's insufficient information, obviously it's a not guilty.
Okay, I mean, the traffic law, the rules of traffic court require them to have all their documentation. It's not a matter of them not having it.
Right, it does require that.
Okay, I'll be here on the 24th then of February. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, let's see here. We still got Mr. Linares, Mr. Nunez. Mr. Nunez, how many cases do you have this morning? I thought you only had one. You do, you have one.
Yeah, just one.
There he is. How are you, Mr. Nunez?
Good, Judge. Good morning.
Good morning.
Your Honor, I have Jose Max Garcia. It's failure to wear a seatbelt.
Yes,
Judge,
28153.
I'm going to ask, Your Honor, that the court consider a judicial warning on Mr. Garcia. He's been licensed for 19 years in Florida. He has in total, three prior moving violations. The last one was about a year ago for 9 over the speed limit. In this case, Your Honor, he was actually on the shoulder of the road. He wasn't operating the vehicle at the time that the officer, I guess, pulled up next to him and noticed that he wasn't wearing a seatbelt. And nonetheless, he got a seatbelt violation. So that's why I'm asking that the court consider the judicial warning. He does otherwise have a pretty clean driving record.
You're the second person this morning that's told me that the officer pulled up next to him and noticed that they weren't wearing a seatbelt.
Yeah, and I'm not sure, Judge, if it's distinguishable in terms of, if you're in a parking lot versus the shoulder of the road. Obviously, if we had to set up for a hearing, that's something I would look into. But I think it is, if nothing else, a mitigator, Your Honor. The vehicle wasn't in motion.
Okay. So based on that, Mr. Nunez, the court will issue a judicial warning and dismiss the citation.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Have a nice day.
You too. Just give me 1 second. I have to sign a couple orders here. That's okay. Let's get them done. He did? He showed up? Do we want to see if we can get everybody on Zoom this morning? I don't want him to sit in detention overnight if we can handle the hearing, but I got to finish all these traffic cases, but I'm more than happy to take them after we're done. Well, he wasn't going to be in secure detention. He scores out to supervised release. No, he scores to supervised release. It does. It's what I have in my notes. Actually, look at my notes there. Give me 1 second. I'll put you guys on mute for a second. I just have to address something. Hold on a second. unmute. Okay, everybody, sorry about that. And let's just get everybody in here. Okay. Let's see here. Cortez, you here this morning? Did you have a traffic case before the court?
Yes, hi, good morning. Your Honor, I apologize. I've been having difficulty getting online. I had to use my phone to be able to get access this morning. I have a couple matters. My first case would be Marais Cangas with a C.
And your last name is Mallow? I don't see you on my job.
Sending it for my partner, Scott Hittner.
Scott, what's his last name?
The defendant's name is Cangas with a C.
Oh, yes, okay. Yep, I see it. All right, that's 20 TR 21883, Marais Cangas Oliveira. In this case, you wanted to resolve it, the court would withhold adjudication of guilt, and it would be $175 fine plus court costs.
No contest.
Okay, perfect. And on the Mark Irian, 20 TR 27279, also that one individual has a pretty good driving record. It would be $175 fine plus court costs, and I would withhold on that one too.
Thank you, Judge. No contest.
And then the last one that you have is Gonzalo Rodriguez, 20 TR 27014. That looks like it's an illegal tint. What's going on with that one?
Judge, I don't have anything in writing as to the tint removal. I have two photographs, and to be quite candid, I mean, I could see within, but they're not the greatest.
Okay. Is he saying that he removed the tint, or is he saying he disputes the
No,
level?
he's saying that the front windows, the driver's window, he replaced them to a lighter tint. The back one behind, because it's a four-door cab pickup truck, remained dark.
Okay. And enlighten me on why there would be different tint in the front and the back, because it's the first time that I've heard that.
I don't have an answer for you, unfortunately. I know he had two citations, one I guess for the front and one for the back.
Okay. I don't see that.
You only see one? I
only see one. It's case number 20 TR 27014.
Judge, we'll enter no contest plea.
Okay. The court in that case would impose a $60 fine plus court costs, and I would withhold adjudication.
Fair enough. Thank you.
I'm not sure either, but I'm going to take a look at it after court. I do know that when I bought my car, my front windows were lighter than the back ones. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I'm sure there's more information on that. I'm going to take a look at it, but I'm going to accept your explanation of it, and that's why I'm withholding on it. So
I appreciate it,
All
Judge.
right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Too.
And again, I apologize about arriving late.
Oh, no problem. No problem. I've got 137 of them this morning, so I figure I'll be here for a while. Right?
Good.
All right. Thank you.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Right, thank you. Mr. Cortez, sir, is it Araceli Cortez? Mr. Cortez, you're muted, sir. You are muted. You're on mute. Hello. What are you here for today?
She was a witness for the case for 11-2020 TR 022555.
What's the name of that case? Do you know the defendant's name?
I'm not sure because my mom was just a witness and she just like here to hear that's it because you're listed as a witness in this case and are supposed to appear to state Florida and unless you're excused from the summoner by the court or shall be responding to the summoner as directed.
Okay, can you tell me what the case number was again, please, sir?
11-2020 TR 022555.
Okay, let's see what it is. Oh, and that is for Mr. Sanchez Cell. All right, and that case was already discussed. That was 20 TR 22555. The attorney is Mr. Carney, and we set that case for a hearing. Amanda, can you tell me what the date was we set for Mr. Carney's case? That was the crash case. We scheduled it for a 1:30 hearing. I thought it was February 24th, but I want to make sure so I can let Mr. Cortez know so he can zoom back in.
That's correct, it is.
So, Mr. Cortez, we set that case for a 1:30 hearing on February the 24th. So what you'll need to do is zoom back in onto the same Zoom code That'll be where we'll take the testimony.
Like 339336618.
The same code you used for today. It's a traffic court code.
Okay, on 24th of February on 1:30 in the afternoon.
Yes, sir.
I won't be able to be here since I have school during that time. My mom will be here in the house.
Okay. Does your mom require an interpreter?
Yes, she does need, because I'll be going to school for the second semester and I won't be here for helping her during that time.
Okay, so what you're going to need to do, what your mom's going to need to do, is she's going to need to have someone present with her who can translate from English to Spanish and from Spanish to English, because we do not have interpreters that assist us in traffic court. So anybody who needs an interpreter has to bring one with them. So if she can get a neighbor or a friend or somebody who can swear that that person will assist her with the language barrier, that's the only way we're going to be able to have her testify.
Oh,
Okay.
all right. Thank you very much for the information.
Of course. Thank you, sir.
All right. Have a nice day. Have a happy New Year's Eve.
Happy New Year to you and your family too. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Gracias.
All right, so let's see. Attorney Paz, who are you here for this morning?
Morning, Judge. I'm here for Mr. Morales' cases.
Okay.
So we have about 11 or 12 of them, I think.
All right. Let me check in then first with Mr. Verderamo, because it looks like he has one case, and then Mr. Gordon only has a handful, and then we'll get to your case.
Of course, Judge. Take your time.
Thank you. Mr. Verderamo?
Good morning, Judge. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Okay. I've got Kelly Nicole Toussaint failed to stop at a steady red light before turning.
Yes.
She indicated she did stop, didn't come to a complete stop. Prior to hiring me, Ms. Toussaint completed traffic school, not at my direction. She has no tickets. This is her first ticket. She's been driving for just under 3 years.
Okay.
Would the court consider a judicial warning? The fact that she completed the traffic school on her own volition.
The court would do a withhold, but the court would not do a judicial warning.
Okay.
Not without us setting it for a hearing and hearing from the officer.
Sure, that's fine.
Okay, so it would be $158 fine plus court costs, but the court would withhold adjudication and not assess the points. Give her 90 days to pay.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you. You too. Bye. All right,
Your
Mr.
Honor.
Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
sorry, was that 150?
158.
Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Gordon, you ready?
I'm ready, Judge. How are you?
I'm good. How are you today?
I'm okay.
All right. Let's go back to your cases. Let's see here. All right. The first one, that's not yours. The first one that I see is Herben Neri Aguilar, 20 TR 26442. I think we set this one for a hearing.
Okay, Judge, I looked at the record. It's not what was represented to me, honestly, by the client. So can we either do a January pre-trial or a March trial? I've got a lot of stuff in February with felony trials, and I'm not sure if they're going to affect my traffic court schedule, to be honest.
Okay. Let's set it for a February trial. I just don't see this being a resolution based on the driving record without the officer present. And, I'm sure you've seen his driving record by now. It's pretty terrible.
Can I have the first date in March for trial?
March? Okay,
Yeah,
sure.
please.
Yes. What do we have in March?
March 3rd.
March 3rd.
March 3rd for trial? Okay.
Yes, sir. The next one that you have is Raquel Alberry, 20 TR 25822. This one, clean driving record. Court would do $175 fine plus court costs and would withhold the points.
That's fine. And can we just do 60 days on all my cases that resolved today?
Sure.
Thank you.
Next is Jamie Konepski, 20 TR.
20 TR 24278. Judge, can we put that on that March trial date as well?
Yes, we can.
The next should be under Torres Morales, Felix Torres Morales.
Felix Torres, yes. And that is 20 TR 25106. Clean driving record, 14 over the speed limit. Court would do a $100 fine plus court costs and would withhold the points.
Okay. And then I should have one more. Last name is Waba.
Yes.
WAHBA, Moshe 20 TR 25889. Does have some recent history. I think school would be appropriate.
In this particular case, based on a 19 speed, 18 traffic control device and a 19 speed, all withheld adjudication, the court would set this one for a hearing. I want to hear from the officer.
Okay, we'll do the same date then, if that's okay.
Yes, March, what was it, March 2nd?
3rd.
March 3rd. I was close.
Okay.
March 3rd at 1:30, and then, Mr. Gordon, if you talk to the officer and the officer,
Sure.
comes to agreement with you, then maybe we can resolve it then, okay?
That's fine, Judge.
Okay.
I believe that's all I have. Thank you very much. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you.
Take care.
Thank you. You too. Okay, Attorney Paz, you're up. You're here for Mr. Morales. Are you here for Simon Morales?
I am, Judge.
Okay. So the first one that I see for you is 20 TR 19153, which is Hector Brito Montez, improper U-turn.
Judge, I'm going to ask that you reset this for the next pretrial calendar. We have in front of Your Honor on, I think, January 11th, there's a criminal charge that's associated with this, and I will file a motion to consolidate this afternoon.
Okay, we can do that.
Thank you.
So let's continue it to another pretrial, and that way I can have a chance to look at the motion to consolidate.
Does February 2nd work?
Sure, works for me. Work for you? Yes.
2/21.
21. All right, how about Andre Del Castillo, 20 TR 27551.
Close that out, Judge.
All right. Just look at that one real quick. Okay, we got rid of that one. And there he is. Yeah, when I looked at his driving record, he's got a clean driving record. So with this one, the court would do $175 fine plus court costs. And I would withhold on it.
That's fine, Judge. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, the next one would be Laquiri Diaz, 20 TR 25868. On this one, the court would do the same as the one before, would do $175 fine plus court costs and would withhold.
Change of plea. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. On the next one, Yandy Garcia Borrega, 20 TR 21397. In order to withhold on this one, I'd order a 4-hour school. Same fine, 175 plus court costs.
I'll set that for trial, Judge.
Okay.
It's been a couple years. I know he's had a few in 2017. Sometimes they get a little itchy if you tell them you took school and you get the "why did I hire you" comment. So gotta look like I'm doing something for the money.
Sure, of course. That will go on a 1:30 docket.
February 24th?
February 24th at 1:30.
Thank you.
Carolina Hernandez, 20 TR 25422.
Great record here, Judge. Clean since 1980.
Clean record, $175 fine plus court costs, and the court will withhold on that one.
I'm going to set that too, Judge, just to give her the benefit of the doubt since she's been clean for 40 years.
Okay. I was going to withhold on that. She sets it for hearing. It might result in something different, but that's up to you. We will.
Maybe I maneuver into a position with the officer. Maybe they're willing to reduce the ticket or something. Maybe she's got a good attitude. I'll give it a whirl, Judge.
All right, 23 over. We'd have to reduce it under 20 over, but maybe. All right. Next is Daniel Iglesias, 20 TR 27573.
Judge, real quick, just back on Hernandez. We setting that also for the 2/24 date?
Oh, yes, 2/24. Okay. Sorry about that.
And the next case, Judge, was?
Daniel Iglesias, 20 TR 27573.
Yeah, he's a CDL driver, so I'm going to go ahead and set him for trial, please.
Okay. Same date, February 24th?
Works
Yeah.
for me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Next, we have Giselle Moran Yesaya, 20 TR 25208.
Young driver, had a prior in 2019, 2020. Let's see if we can get a withhold on this, Judge. We would not object to school in this case.
Okay, with school, the court would withhold adjudication. It would be $175 fine plus court costs, 4-hour school.
Change of plea. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, next we have Ani Perez Hernandez, 20 TR 27552.
Let's close that out, Judge.
All right, on that one, the court would do $175 fine plus court costs and would withhold on that one.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we have Dulce Reyes, 20 TR 27821, clean driving record. The court would do $175 fine plus court costs on that one.
Change of plea. Thank you.
And then next would be Solimar Santiago Cruz, 20 TR 23355. Also on that one, the court would do $175 fine plus court costs and would withhold on that.
Change of plea. Thank you.
And then the last one, also a clean driving record, Mariela Valdez, 20 TR 26111. It would also do $175 fine plus court costs.
And that's a change of plea. Thank you, ma'am.
That's everything.
All right.
Is that everything?
Have a happy new year, and I'll see you next year.
Thank you. You too.
All right. Stay safe.
You too. All right, Mr. Linares, the attorney that was handling, I only see one other attorney in the waiting room, so I may just continue yours for a hearing because they're not here. And tell me again the name of the defendant.
It's Marvin Jareth. Jareth spelled Jareth. That's the middle name, Judge. The last name is hyphenated. Osavas, Osavas hyphen Oliva.
And what was the name of the attorney? I actually have it listed by attorney.
Les, L-E-S, LaRoche, L-A-R-O-C-H-E.
Yes. And Mr. Osavas Olivia has two cases, 20 TR 24422 and 20 TR 25848. Let me look at 25848 and just see because sometimes the attorneys will file proof of insurance. Let's 25848. Let's see here. And it doesn't look like anything has been filed.
Right.
So
yeah, I don't see anything in the record, Judge, in the docket at least.
what we're going to do is we will set this case for a hearing on a 1:30 because by 10 o'clock he should have appeared. And this is going to be a hearing anyway. So we'll just move it to a 1:30.
Very well, Judge. So 1:30's same Zoom information?
Yes, sir. And Amanda, what date can we give this case for a hearing? Two cases, I'm sorry.
We could do February 24th still.
February the 24th at 1:30.
Okay.
Hopefully we'll have the attorney there. If not, we can always call him from the courtroom. I've done that before.
Very well, Judge.
Okay, yeah, I don't want to have you wait any longer, and I was going to.
Thank you. Happy New Year, Judge.
Happy New Year to you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. All right, bye. All right, how are we doing, Amanda? Do you need a break or anything?
I'm doing good.
Okay, because the next person that's going to zoom in is Mr. Todd, and he has like 300 billion of them.
Right, I see that.
3 pages of stuff. I'm just going to stand for a minute, and then I'm going to let him in.
Okay.
Pages of cases with him. Every time it's like 50. He's the new Moffat. Remember the dude that you'd sit there with the, I don't know what flip-flops. Yeah, I enjoyed him though. I always loved when he called the docket. I just couldn't, I could barely take it sometimes. I just had to stop him. Whoops. So, all right, I'm thinking that before we get to Mr. Todd's cases, maybe what we do is we address the people that were no-shows.
Okay.
I'm not going to call them this morning. I'm just going to continue their cases. There's not too many of them.
Right.
The first one I see is Mr. Golden's cases, and it looks like there's Lyle Scherenberg, and he's got 20 TR 27058 and 20 TR 27057. This is a crash case, so it's going to need to go to a 1:30 hearing.
Okay. We can continue those to February 24th.
Okay, February 24th. And then it looks like Mr. Hanukkah has a case, Edgardo Santiago, 20 TR 27516. This is also a crash case, so it's going to need to go to 1:30.
Okay. Same date, February 24th.
Okay. We're loading up the crash cases on that day.
We are.
Yeah. It's going to be a big day. Elsa Aguirre, 20 TR 24481. That's Mark Milrat's case.
Okay.
Let's move that into another 9 a.m. docket.
We can do February 2nd on that.
Okay, February 2nd. And then Rodolfo Vasquez Martinez, he's 20 TR 24913. That one also we should move to a pretrial docket at 9 a.m.
What's the attorney on that one?
Oh, I'm sorry, Daniel Perez Jr.
Oh, there it is. You said a 9 o'clock docket?
Yes.
February 2nd.
February 2nd. All right, and then it looks like we have Yilver De Jesus, 20 TR 25203. The attorney is Victor Venmed. Same thing, that needs to be on a pretrial.
Okay, February 2nd.
And then the last one that I have is Angela Zapata, 20 TR 26120, attorney Elena Vigil Farinas. And that one also needs to go to a pretrial.
Okay, February 2nd.
You just look to make sure that nobody's filed pleas in these. Try and get this. Sure, I cleared everybody out in Smart Bench, and then we can bring Mr. Todd in. Not quite. Oh, shoot. It's showing 143 cases, 50 completed, which means we still have a lot to go.
But I haven't done all of the continuances, so I'm sure it's not that bad.
Well, this is basically what I already knocked out of Smart Bench, so I don't know if we have like 90 cases left, but maybe we do. Really?
Oh. He's got a lot.
Yes, he does. All right. Just bring him in. Okay. Thank God I do my spreadsheet in advance. It definitely helps. We're trying to open up all these cases.
Right.
All right, I am bringing in Mr. Todd. Oop, that didn't work. Participants, there we go. Todd. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are we doing today?
I'm all right. I have all my cases, and I'm covering several, just a few for a couple other attorneys, Milrot, LaRoche, and Golden.
Oh, they weren't here this morning, so I continued all their cases. Have you processed all those, Amanda?
Not yet.
All right, good. Yeah, I had a bunch of attorneys that weren't here this morning, so I said, let's continue all of those, not realizing that you were covering for them. So we can bring those back on board. So let me bring those back. So you're covering for, let's start with, you're covering for Attorney Milrot, is that right?
That's correct.
All right, so bring that one back up. And then who else were you covering for?
LaRoche and Golden.
LaRoche, bring that one back up. And Golden. Mr. Golden. Okay. All right, now let's do hide completed. All right. So let's go back. All right. Mr. Golden's cases, which are Lyle Lee Schaurenberg, 20 TR 27058 and 20 TR 27057. Those are crash cases. So I want to keep those as set on a 130.
That's fine. What date do we have for that?
February 24th.
February 24th.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you. And then Mr. LaRoche, his cases also were a crash case, 20 TR 24422 and 20 TR 25848. So those are also going to need to be set on a 130.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And I think we also, did we put those on the same day, Amanda?
Same date.
Okay. And that's February 24th at 1:30.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have Mr. Milrot's case, which is Elsa Aguirre, 20 TR 24481. That lady has a clean driving record, so the offer to resolve that would be $175 fine plus court costs and a withhold.
Thank you. We'll accept that.
Okay. Yeah. And that's all the cases for the attorneys you're covering for.
Correct.
Okay, and we can start with yours. I have them all listed alphabetical, if that works for you.
That's fine.
Okay. The first one I see is Gary Aguero Marina, and this is 20 TR 25470. Take a look at that one. Come on. This one was I think with this one, just in light of the reckless with the refusal, I want to set this for a hearing here from the officer.
Okay.
Okay.
No problem.
All right. Then the next one would be Saleh Allen, 20 TR 27554.
Yes, ma'am. This driving record's a lot better. It's a lot of toll violations.
Yes, I saw that. All right, with this one, I think what I would do is I would do a withhold on it if you did the 4-hour school. And it would be a $175 fine plus court costs.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Arturo Alvarez, he had a good driving record, so on this one, I would do $158 fine plus court costs, and I would withhold on that one. This is 20 TR 278-283, sorry. The next one is Mr. Bentoncourt, and that would be 20 TR 24721. Bentoncourt.
this one here, Your Honor, it's a little bit more of a modest violation as far as the speed compared to what we normally see on I-75.
Yeah, I agree. I would do a $175 fine plus court costs on him.
Thank you.
Withhold. And Amanda, on these cases, unless I say I'm going to adjudicate them, it'll be a withhold.
Okay.
Or a hearing in some of them. Okay, and then on Mr. Billings would be next. Timothy Billings, 20 TR 27829. Let me just make sure. And this was not a crash case, doesn't look like. Just making sure. No. Okay. For Mr. Billings, it would be a $60 fine plus court costs.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Christina Marie Bolanos, 20 TR 28524. Pretty good driving record on her. I would also do a $175 fine plus court costs.
Thank you.
Next, we have Mr. Ronnie Bonney. 20 TR 21609, proof of insurance. Looks like the proof was filed, so the court will dismiss the citation. Also in 20 TR 21611, unknowingly driving with a license suspended, canceled, or revoked. The court did look up his driving record. It is valid. I would also dismiss that citation. And then in case number 20 TR 21610, yeah, it's 21610, which was 87 and a 70. The court would withhold adjudication if he did the 4-hour school.
All right, we'll accept that. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. All right, next we have Lucilyn Breen, 20 TR 26780. This individual has a clean driving record. It'd be a $25 fine plus court costs.
Thank you.
Jonathan Brender, 20 TR 28518, also a clean driving record. It would be a $250 fine plus court costs.
Thank you.
And then Eric Brito Lugo, 20 TR 22440, also clean driving record, $60 fine plus court costs. And then the next one I have is Linda Calixte Dorvilas, 20 TR 26298, and then she also has 26303. 26298 is a speed case. That would be $175 fine plus court costs, clean driving record. And then what about this next one, which is a no stop lamp? Did she get that fixed?
Your Honor, I don't have any, I haven't been able to contact the client to ascertain whether this has been fixed. Quite often that's inquired upon during the intake process at our firm, but sometimes it gets lost in translation. If you would be in agreement, could we reset the pretrial on this one ticket? Give me another opportunity to ascertain whether it's been fixed.
Absolutely. Let's look this one up. Let's see, 316.222. Never find it when you're looking for it. 316.222. So the stop lamp violation, if she doesn't get it fixed, is a $30 fine plus court costs.
Okay.
Okay. So, but I can reset it for you, and if she gets it fixed, I'll dismiss it.
Thank you.
Okay. What date can we set her for pretrial?
February 2nd.
February 2nd on that one.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next we have Herrera Chacon, or Basilo Herrera, Chacon Herrera, excuse me, 20 TR 25814. Also clean driving record, $175 fine plus court costs.
Okay.
Next would be Isaac Cohen Brito. In that one, I would do a $175 fine plus court costs if he does a 4-hour school.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Next, we have Michael Diaz Cruz, 20 TR 26856. I think we got to set this one for a hearing.
All right.
All right. Let's see what 1:30 date we have for him.
And this was Michael Diaz Cruz.
Yes, ma'am.
We can do February 24th.
February 24th at 1:30.
Thank you.
Okay. Next, we have Miguel Diaz Flores, 20 TR 22659. In this case, the court would withhold adjudication. It would be a $25 fine plus court costs.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we have Todd Drury, 20 TR 26468, clean driving record. It would be a $175 fine plus court costs.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. And then Robert Dumas, also clean driving record, 20 TR 28012, be a $60 fine plus court costs.
All right.
All right. And then Eric Bernard, and this is 20 TR 26477. We're going to need to set this one for a hearing.
All right.
That also go on February 24th. I feel like we're loading that one up.
Yeah, right now it's at 28 cases.
Okay. Yeah, I think we don't want to load up much more than that.
Okay.
I think, especially in light of the fact that a lot of them that we placed on that docket are crash cases, which are going to be lots of witnesses. I think we probably should close out February 24th, and then we date.
Okay.
It's gonna be a lot of people. All right. So next we have Amber Ferrer, 20 TR 25218, also clean driving record. This one I would do $175 fine plus court costs.
Thank you.
And then Jose Finesca, 20 TR 28329, seatbelt violation. Any information on that?
Your Honor, I checked my notes this morning in our computer. I didn't see anything specific as to, what the circumstances were.
Do you want to try and resolve it, or do you want to set it for another docket when you have more information?
We can resolve this one.
Okay, $30 fine plus court costs.
Thank you.
Thank you. Stephen Friedman, and this would be 20 TR 27585. And in this one, I would do a $250 fine plus court cost, but also would require a 4-hour school, Panther Zone.
All right. Yeah, sure. That sounds good.
Okay. All right. Next we have Yacio Garcia, 20 TR 27772. I would withhold on this one if he does 4-hour school, $175 fine plus court costs.
That sounds fair. Thank you.
Thank you. Alberto Garcia, 20 TR 27342. Pretty clean driving record, $175 fine plus court costs.
All right.
All right. Paola Garcia, 20 TR 26473. Also clean driving record, $175 fine plus court costs.
Thank you.
All right, and then Lynn Gilmore, 20 TR 26874, also clean driving record, $175 fine plus court costs.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Then the next one would be Estela Gonzalez, 20 TR 27537, also a pretty good driving record. It would be a $25 fine plus court costs.
All right.
Vidya Gosin Mukal, 20 TR 26133, also clean driving record, $175 fine plus court costs.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next one that we have is Brendan Grant, 20 TR 15625. When I pulled Mr. Grant up, I didn't see a driving record, although it says he lives in Miami. Do you have a driving record for him?
Your Honor, I'm looking at a driving record.
Oh, there it is. Why couldn't I find it the other day? There it is. I just missed it. Don't ask me how. And
It's got some prior speed violations, 2018 and 16.
2 in 2018. I want to put this one on a hearing docket. Hear from the officer.
Okay.
All right. Eugenio Gutierrez Facenda, 20 TR 27262, clean driving record, $175 fine plus costs.
Thank you.
Thank you. Jerry Hamilton, 20 TR 26569, also clean driving record, $250 fine plus costs. Next would be William Huerta, 20 TR 27589, clean driving record, $175 fine plus costs.
Rafael Azari, 20 TR 27531,
Also a clean driving record. It would be $150 fine plus costs.
All right.
And then Jennifer Jagels, 20 TR 27754, also clean driving record, $175 fine plus costs. Are we doing okay, Amanda? I know I go pretty quick.
It's okay. I'm good.
Making sure. Okay, then Umberto Juleo, 20 TR 2626429. This one also good driving record, $175 fine plus, wait a minute, no, wrong, that's 15 over. It would be a $150 fine plus cost. I'll keep hitting it. And all right, Michael Kazmarek, 20 TR 24770. In this case, the court would do a $25 fine plus court costs.
Thank you.
Thank you. Sophia Jawada, 20 TR 24335. We need to set this one for a hearing.
Okay.
All right. Brandy Lacorte Ramos. Oh, wait, and we're doing a new date after February 24th. What would that date be, Amanda?
March 3rd.
March 3rd. Brandy Lacorte Ramos, 20 TR 27836. Clean driving record, $250 fine plus court costs. And then the next one is Abraham Latras, 20 TR 22871. Checked his driver's license. His driver's license is valid. That one will be dismissed. And then 20 TR 22872. No seatbelt. If you want to resolve it, it'd be a $30 fine plus court costs.
Yes, ma'am. No contest.
20 TR 28508. Track lay. Let's see. That case, I would do a $175 fine plus court costs.
All right.
And then Armando Urena, 20 TR 27923. The court would do a $60 fine plus court costs.
Well, thank you.
Thank you. And then Renee Lugo Vargas, 20 TR 26555. Also clean driving record, $175 fine plus costs.
Okay.
Yira Martinez, 20 TR 27832. In that one, the court would do a $250 fine plus court costs.
Thank you.
Thank you. On Stanley Matherin, 20 TR 27827. I will do a $250 fine plus costs if we'll do a 4-hour school.
Okay, thank you. We'll accept that.
All right. Daniel McGinnis, 20 TR 26869. Looks like he's from Chicago. I didn't see a driving record. Do you have one for him?
I just looked this morning and we have not obtained one from our client in this matter.
Do we want to continue that one and see what the record looks like? It's pretty high speed.
Yes, let's reset that pretrial if we could. I'll reach out to my client here.
Okay, sounds good. When can we reset that, Amanda?
For pre-trial, it would be February 2nd.
February 2nd. Then we have Wilfredo Mendoza Vegas, and this was proof of insurance, and I don't see that any has been filed. Do you have it, Mr. Todd?
Let me double check. I don't think so, but let me look one more time.
Okay. If you don't, I think what we'll do is we'll just reset it, see if you can get proof of insurance from him.
Okay, let me pull it up. I think I have it here. I did some filings yesterday, but I think this one escaped me. I'm looking at an insurance card, Your Honor, right now. I'm sorry, I haven't filed it. This is an insurance card through United Automobile Insurance Company for a 2010 Honda. Effective date is September 22nd, 2020. It appears to be this vehicle.
Then based on that, the citation will be dismissed.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. The next one we have is Christian Maestre Davila, 20 TR 23161. The red light case.
Yes, sir. This isn't a crash. This case here. understand my client has some prior moving violations on the record.
Yes.
Looks like he completed a driver improvement school in January. Would you consider withhold with maybe an advanced school?
I would if he did the 8-hour school.
Okay, we'll accept that. Thank you.
$158 fine plus court costs.
All
And
right.
the 8-hour school. Okay, next we have Alejandro Mejeras, 20 TR 27013. Mr. Mejeras. I already looked at the driving record. I was going to look at it again. I think with Mr. Mejeras, the court would impose a $175 fine plus the court costs if he does a 4-hour school.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. The next one that we have is Joshua Miranda, 20 TR 25297. With this one, I would do a $175 fine plus court costs, 4-hour school.
Okay, thank you. That's fair.
Douglas Moff, 20 TR 25836. I think we, again. On this one, the court would do a $175 fine plus court costs.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. And then Bruno Montiero, and this is case number 20 TR 25820. I think we got to set this one for a hearing.
All right.
Okay. That would be that March date, March 3rd?
March 3rd.
Okay. And then Javier Morales Guevara, 20 TR 27784. On this one, the court would do $150 fine plus court costs.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. All right, that gets us to Jesus Morales has 2 cases. 20 TR 25443 and 20 TR 25444. And there are 2 charges. One was for tag lights and one was for insurance. Any information on either of those charges?
There's nothing, no information here. I was going to ask if this court could reset the pretrial on each of these.
Sure. We'll reschedule it to
February 2nd.
February the 2nd on both cases.
Thank you.
Then the next case we have is Orlando Morejón, 20 TR 27684, tag not displayed. Any information on that one?
This was this case was a bicycle rack was mounted to the back of the vehicle, which was obscuring the tag. I know that the statute states that the vehicle tag should be legible and displayed, but in this case, I think I'm basing that statement on the notes in the on the face of the ticket. It seems this wasn't like a conscious object to obscure the tag. It's, you know, it's one of those things you put a bicycle rack on the back of a car, tend to just obscure the tag, and as soon as the bicycles are removed, the tag is still properly displayed.
Okay.
I think this case, now I'm just guessing here, I'm basing this off of the notes on the ticket. Probable cause for the stop was a speeding violation, so I think in this case the officer elected to write a citation for the non-moving violation, this matter, instead of the speeding offense.
Right. When I look at his driving record, he has another charge of operating a vehicle with an obscure, defaced, etc. tag back in 18.
Right, that's correct. I'm not sure though if the facts are similar. I know that
I think what I'd be willing to do with it if you wanted to resolve it today would be a $30 fine plus court costs, and I'd withhold on it.
Okay, well, we'll accept that. Thank you.
Okay, sounds good. And then Osvaldo Alano Alvarez, and 20 TR 25415. Alano Alvarez, let me just take a look at that. There he is. Okay. And this gentleman has a clean driving record, so it would be a $150 fine plus court costs.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. And Daisy Ospina, 20 TR 27722. And in this one, it looks like she was in a school zone, but the officer didn't check the school zone violation, so it would be a $25 fine plus court costs.
Thank you.
Thank you. Elenes Pajon Hernandez, 20 TR 25616. In this one, pretty clean driving record, $250 fine plus court costs.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Julio Perez Castro, 20 TR 25471, also clean driving record, $175 fine plus court costs.
Okay.
And then Kevin Petrasic, 20 TR 25517. This one will be a $25 fine plus court costs.
Thank you.
And then Caterine Pinero Cruz, 20 TR 21576. And
Your Honor, this particular, my client in this matter is a younger driver, looks like was 17 at the time of the stop, 18 now. The driving record overall, I understand it would be brief, a brief driving record. I mean, this looks like the first speeding infraction, the first infraction of any type.
yeah, she has a clean driving record. Let me just take a look at it. But with the speed in the school zone, it would be a $350 fine plus court costs.
Okay. Oh, thank you.
Okay, all right. Johan Ramirez Marrero, 20 TR 28506, clean driving record, $175 fine plus court costs.
Thank you.
Thank you. Esther Renard, 20 TR 26240.
Your Honor, I'm sorry to interrupt you, Your Honor. In this case, this traffic control device related to speed. Would you accept an or attendance motion to dismiss based off of Rule 6.445? There's no indication on the face of the ticket as to the type or serial number of the speed measurement device. I understand this is a traffic control device and not a speeding ticket. The difference sometimes is dispositive in some interpretations, but the Rule 6.445 doesn't allow a difference between the types of statute. It just states if an electronic or mechanical speed measuring device is used by the citing officer, the type of device and this manufacturer's serial number must be included in the body of the citation. It doesn't allow for any exceptions of traffic control device versus a speeding infraction.
Okay. Well, I think what the court would be inclined to do is set this for a hearing and allow for you to review the officer's documents to determine whether in fact they're in order and allow some discovery. I'm not going to dismiss it outright, but I am willing to set it on a hearing docket and address that issue then.
In the alternative, could we resolve it today then? My client in this case has a perfectly clean record.
Yes, it would be a $60 fine plus court costs.
Well, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, the next one is Sharon Rivera, 20 TR 27015, also clean driving record, $175 fine plus court costs. Carrie Robinson, 20 TR 26858, also clean driving record, $175 fine plus court costs.
Thank you.
Hidalisa Rodriguez Cardozo, 20 TR 26809. Also a clean driving record. That one would be a $60 fine plus court costs.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next is Omar Leon, 20 TR 23908. Also clean driving record, $175 fine plus court costs. Then we have Tamayo Rodriguez, 20 TR 26982. I think in this one we need to set it for a hearing.
Okay, that's fine. Is that March 3rd?
Yes, March 3rd. Next we have Lisette Rodriguez, 20 TR 28491. In this case, the court would do $175 fine plus court costs.
All right.
And then next one is Otto Santos, 20 TR 27813. Let me just look at that one, Mr. Santos. But Mr. Santos, I would set this one for a hearing. Hear from the officer.
Okay.
All right. Then Sherriana Smith, 20 TR 25950. And before I start with that, it's going to be on the March 3rd docket. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Thanks. Sorry about that. Ms. Smith, a clean driving record, $175 fine plus court costs.
Thank you.
Thank you. Leonardo Sondon Prorenza, 20 TR 21469. Expired registration. We have any information on that?
I apologize for asking again. Could we reset the pretrial in this matter? Some of my clients I have a hard time reaching because I have to use one of my assistants who speaks Spanish to contact them, and it's not always as efficient as I'd like.
No, I understand. That's fine. We can set it for another pretrial.
February 2nd.
Thank you.
Thank you. And then the next one is Giordano Suarez Ontivero, 20 TR 27092, clean driving record, $175 fine plus court costs.
Thank you.
And then Diana Tejado Garita, 20 TR 28514, also clean driving record, $250 fine plus court costs.
All right.
All right, and then Akeem Titus, 20 TR 28511. And the court would do $175 fine plus court costs.
Thank you.
Carlos Zuniga, 20 TR 23381. I think we got to set this one for a hearing. That one for March 3rd as well. And then Omar Uloa, 20 TR 25644. Court will do $175 fine plus court costs with a 4-hour school.
Thank you.
Yeah. And then Jamie Garcia, 20 TR 25851. That would be $175 fine plus court costs. And then Emmanuel Velez, 20 TR 28821. In that case, the court would do a $25 fine plus court costs.
Thank you.
Thank you. And then Nicholas Ventura, 20 TR 25171. The court would do a $175 fine plus court costs.
Right.
Dioner Villafranco Peraza, and that is 20 TR 27012. I would also do a $175 fine plus court costs on that one.
Thank you.
Thank you. And then the next one would be Adrian Biton Borrega, and that is 20 TR 27290. In that case, I will do a $175 fine plus court costs. He does a 4-hour school.
That's very fair. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. All right, Marisha Williams, 20 TR 25026. We need to set this one for a hearing. March 3rd. And then Catherine Roth, 20 TR 25985, clean driving record, $175 fine plus court costs.
Thank you.
I think that's everybody. Is that everyone?
That's everybody I'm showing.
Thank you. All right.
Well, thanks so much. I'll see you next time, Your Honor.
All right. Sounds good. Happy New Year to you.
Same to you, ma'am.
Thank you. All right. Bye-bye. Thank you, Amanda. We got her done.
We did.
Anything else we need to cover? We're good, right?
Nope, we got them all.
Good. That's amazing. 137 in 1 hour and 50 minutes. That's a world record, at least for me.
Wow.
I know. It doesn't happen.
Look at you go.
He's laughing. I think I'm finally starting to get the hang of this job, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. The jury's out on that one. When we talk about juries again.
Right.
Right? All right. Well, have a wonderful day. If I don't see you, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Bye.